your funeral is going to have more people than your birthdays. And what I mean by that is, as your life goes on, you realize who the fake people are and who the real people are. And sometimes you can't tell the difference. And that's what I'm saying when, the people that don't show up at your birthdays, they'll show up at your funeral, but they never really checked up on you. They never really were there for you, And that's why you have to pick and choose the people that you bring in your life. That's why you have to choose wisely the people that you bring into your life, because your circle really defines you. The people that you surround yourself with, you become that. If you surround yourself with great, ambitious people, then you're going to become a great, ambitious person. And if you hang around people that are the opposite, then you're going to become the opposite. You're going to become, not the best version of yourself. If you're partying every weekend, you hang out with people that party every weekend, you're going to become one of those people too. As much as we love these people, as much as we may love these people that are in our lives, and however fun they may be, it's okay to realize that you don't need to do that all the time, or you don't need those people in your life, and those people may not really care for you the way that you may want them to. And that's another thing. You have to realize, choose the people that choose you. Don't go chasing people just because of how they look, just because of how they may have treated you in the past. The real thing is, people change, and if they're not valuing you in your life, if they aren't really, showing and reciprocating love and value and making you feel wanted, then they don't deserve to be in your life, and you don't deserve them in your life, because you deserve the energy to be reciprocated. You deserve to be loved. And if it's not by this person, and you're just chasing this person, you're just hurting yourself. And you have to love yourself more than anybody else. As selfish as that sounds, it's true. It's true. And so many of us don't do this. So many of us choose and focus, myself included. I used to focus on, this girl, which I thought was the love of my life. And I'm not saying don't, focus on your relationships. Don't love your partner, right? But it got to a point where I was belittling myself. I was taking parts of myself and not loving myself and putting it all towards this person. And it turned out that, it never worked out for me, because I had no love for myself. I was just giving my all to this person, and I was not giving my all to myself. And I'm not saying you don't have to give your all to somebody, but I'm saying you have to give your all to you. You have to give your all to you before you can give your all to somebody else. You have to love you more than anything else, because you'll never know what happens. And if you don't have self-love, then that person is going to see that. If you can't love yourself, then how do you expect to love somebody else? And if you don't love yourself, how do you expect somebody else to love you? It's just not going to work. And I sound like a broken record. I say this all the time to my friends, to myself included too. And I've only started to learn this now, the past couple months. I've started to realize, okay, maybe I do have to love Joe. I do have to be in love with Joe, and I don't have to focus on anybody else. And, the more you do that, the more you realize your life gets better. The more I realize that my life has gotten better. I got promoted in my job. I'm making more money than I ever have. I'm doing way better for myself than I ever have. I'm doing the best that I've ever done. I'm in the gym all the time. I'm getting jacked. I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm loving Joe. I'm in love with Joe. And that's all that matters. I don't chase after females. I don't chase after validation. I don't chase for somebody to be my friend. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. I truly do just love myself, and that in itself is what makes other people attract to you. I truly do just love myself, and that is exactly what you need to do. If you don't love yourself, then you can't expect anybody else to love you. And that's just the end of it. That's just it. So if you find yourself, struggling with relationships, if you find yourself struggling for this person to want you, or this person doesn't show you respect that you want, start respecting yourself and start loving yourself, and start thinking to yourself before you go and chase this person or chase these people. Is this really respecting myself? Am I really respecting myself going out with this person after they treated me like shit, and after they left me for a while, and now I'm going back to them the second that they asked me to hang out? Should I text and should I spam, or should I go hang out with this person that has shown time and time again that they don't value me the way that I value them? Or do I actually realize and value myself and say, no, thank you? You know, I know you don't value me the way that I value you, and I know that we just aren't going to work. I know that I'm not going somewhere where I'm respected, and I need to go where I'm respected, and that if that's right here by myself, so be it. But you need to go where you're respected. You need to go where you are wanted. You need to go where you are loved. And if that is nowhere right now, then be that place for yourself. Love yourself right now. Be that space for yourself, because that's all you need. And I'm not saying cut off everybody, right? I'm not saying that. I'm saying cut off the people that don't value you. I'm saying let go of the people that you know aren't good for you. Let go of the people that are only holding you down. And I promise you, once you do this, you will feel so much better. It may hurt, it may be lonely, but I promise you it'll work out 10 times better than if you just stick around with the same people that are doing the same things to you and you are still letting them get away with it. That's your reminder for today. I hope you guys are staying blessed. I hope you're staying positive. I hope you're staying true, and I hope you are staying you, because that is the most important part. And as always, you know what I'm going to do is catch you in the next video. Peace.